What's going on, guys? We are back for the European Open Qualifier number 2 main event Swiss stage prediction video. Now, I have about 25 to 30 shirts, and there's one shirt that doesn't work well with my green screen, and I decided to wear it on a video day. So there you go. I'm part of the background today. All right. Well, let's get into it. Talking about Europe. Europe is not something I'm following as closely as like a North America, because, I'm on the North American shows. I still know, a decent amount. So my predictions will be slightly off. Instead of a 4-2 final, it might be a 4-1. Outside of that, it should be exactly right. So don't worry too much about that. Let's get into the sheet from Atomcore. Instead of an O at the end of core, it's an X. So, it might be an emo thing. I'm not really sure. But that's his Twitter. Go follow him. It's right there on the bottom. I don't know what these kids are into these days. Oh, I'm going to turn off my dark reader. There we go. So it looks a lot better. I always forget to do that because I just like dark reader and I never turn it off. There we go. Looks much, much better. All right. Let's get into it. Saul versus Hosky. Now, Hosky, it's got my boy Grandma on it. We followed him in Johnny Boy's Salt Mine qualifiers for the 1v1 stuff. So I enjoyed watching him. So for that reason alone, Saw is your number 1 overall seed. Seeds. They did take down K Corp, but for that reason alone, because of Grandma, I'll give them at least a 3-2. I'll make it close. Next up, we got Gentlemates versus Karmine. K Corp got the last seed 16. Gentlemates is 2. From obviously that Grand Finals appearance last time. It's a rematch of the Grand Finals. Spice things up, I'm going to give it to Gentlemates. I always like it when, a team bombs out. A good team bombs out and messes up a bracket. I would prefer if they lost again, right? And they felt the punishment, not the team that they're playing feels the punishment. I don't, honestly really care who wins and loses in most games. But generally, when that does happen, I'm going to be rooting for the underdog that got the tough matchup, because otherwise then it's it's just unlucky. Vitality versus Caliente. Who's even on Caliente notice? Sizing, Growly, and Pisky. It's a good team, but Vitality Zen set the 2v2 MMR world record. These past couple of weeks, he's been grinding. He's angry. He's ready to go. So yeah, it's going to happen. Next up, Redemption. They went 1-3 last time around. They had some tough matchups. BDS, they obviously performed very well with a top 4 finish. Here's my first upset. My first real upset. I'm going to go Redemption here. I know BDS is better, but I think, with Europe, round 1, it can be a little crazy. We're going to play with fire here, and we're going to give it to Redemption. Next up, Gregan's team, Top, Cougars, Acro, Toxic, and Relating Wave versus Forward. Someone told me that, and I'm like, I guess that makes sense. Maybe that's what it is with the car, the Hot Wheels car. But I never read it that way, because Forward would mean there shouldn't be an F. It should just begin with a 4. But that's just me. Compact, Edge by, I don't remember how to say it, and CMAS. CMAS, and I might be saying that one wrong too. Sorry, I'm really bad with pronunciation. But he got called out on the broadcast last week or 2 weeks ago. So for that reason, he's going to get a revenge on the casters, and they're going to get a 3-2 win. Magnifico versus Endpoint. I do like that Arju is just he's just been around for a while. He's not, he's never been on the greatest teams, but he's been around since the league play days, and he always kind of surprises me. Endpoint was a surprise maybe last time around with their run. Then they, in Open Qualifier 2, they lost in the upper bracket on day 2 and had a battle through the lower bracket. I think they're going to ride that momentum. Both these teams, I believe both were top 8 last time around. Let me double check, if I'm not mistaken, unless one of them bombed out at the end. No, Endpoint almost bombed out at the end. That's what it was. And Magnifico also made it. So I'm going to we'll go 3-2 because it's Europe. But I'm going to give Endpoint, I would say, a minor upset win there. Better go versus Auction. I think Auction is going to have a little bit of a bounce back Swiss this time around and getting the win. And then finally, Team 3, Catalysm, Mark by 8, Rizex versus Yukio. Yukio's back. Yukio, I'll give you a game, but I can't give you any more than that. All right. Vitality Endpoint. Go to 3-1 Vitality. Oxygen versus Forward. I think Oxygen is going to be stronger this time around. So we'll give it to them. Team 3 versus Gentlemates. We're going to go 3-1s across the board here. Ooh, Sellers Redemption. That's a favorable matchup for both teams, honestly. I'm going to go a 3-1 for Redemption and move them into the uppers. Top Cougars versus Caliente. I'll give the Greg and Buff one last time. I'll give him a 3-2. Magnifico versus Belligal. We'll go 3-1. Husky versus Oida. I'm going to go 3-2 Husky. And K-Corp BDS. Wow. Look at these matchups. And so again, like this is because K-Corp got such a low seed. Seeded 15. This one's tough. I'm going to go 3-2 K-Corp. All right, moving on. Vitality versus Gentlemates. That's a tough one. Look at this road. Look at this road for Redemption. This is a very winnable road. All right, Oxygen. I'm going to give you your 3-0. I'm going to give Vitality a 3-1 here. I think Vitality's going to have a bounce back day. Or a bounce back. Swiss, again, Zen is mad. K-Corp versus Team 3. We'll go 3-0. If K-Corp start moving back up the ranks. So versus Top Cougars. I'll give So the victory here. 3-1. Forward Magnifico. We're going to go 3-0. We're going to go 3-0 there. And Endpoint Husky will go a 3-2. We'll keep it close. I like Husky. BDS Belligal will go 3-0. Oida. So BDS is 0-2. I didn't even realize that. Oh, boy. I mean, it's sure, right? It's possible. And obviously, that's all because of the one upset earlier on with Redemption. But it's going to lead to, cascading effects. Caliente versus Oida. Sorry, Yukio, but you can get one game win there, but you're not going to win it. Caliente Muzan. Redemption versus Endpoint. This is a really nice series for both these teams. I'm going to give Redemption the benefit of the doubt. I think Redemption would at least have a good shot at making it back to at least a top 8. Or not making it back, but making it to a top 8. And it looks like they're going to get in early. So, yeah. Gentlemates versus, we'll go 3-0. Magnifico, Carmine, we'll go 3-1 for K-Corp. Husky, Caliente. I don't think I can give Husky anymore. So, we'll go 3-1 here. Cougars versus BDS. We'll go another 3-0. BDS is angry. Angry through that lower bracket. And Team 3 versus Forward. Probably Team 3, but nah. Yeah, we'll go 3-0, I think. All right. Magnifico versus Caliente. We'll go 3-1. Endpoint versus Team 3. I'm going to go Team 3. And So versus BDS, and we will go with 3-1 there. And here are your teams that have made it in. Vitality and Oxygen at the top. K-Corp and Gentlemates round out your top 4. Then we got Redemption, BDS, Magnifico, and Team 3. So let's take a look at the bracket, how it all plays out. Team 3 versus Vitality, we'll give them 1 game. Gentlemates versus Redemption, we'll give them 1 game. Oxygen versus Magnifico, we'll go Game 7. Oxygen gets the win, moves back into a top 4 spot. And K-Corp versus BDS, all because of that one upset loss from BDS. It threw them down this path, and I am going to go a 4-1 for K-Corp. I think BDS performed better than I expected in Qualifier 1. I expect them to regress a little bit. I'm not saying they're not top 4, but I expect them to regress maybe a little. Like, it shouldn't have been that close, right, to making a grand final, in my opinion. Vitality versus Gentlemates. Now, Giblet, the other day, came in here, and he chose his top 4. His top 4 were Vitality, K-Corp, Magnifico, and I believe Team 3 is who it was. So he came pretty close. He got 2 top 8s. He obviously got Vitality and K-Corp. That's pretty much locked. Then he said Vitality was going to win the whole thing. He doesn't know who this team is. He just probably liked the color yellow, like me, Father, like son. Like son, like father. Yeah. So he picked Vitality to win the entire thing. So Vitality's going to win the entire thing. K-Corp is going to finally smash someone. K-Corp, you're going to smash through this entire bracket. And here we go. Vitality, K-Corp. K-Corp is not going to repeat. It's just not going to happen because Giblet said Vitality is going to win. Zen is angry. Zen's only like 3 years older than Giblet. So, so there you go. Happy birthday to Zen. It was his birthday week. 17 years young. Vitality's going to take it 4-2, and we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have, like, who's the best in Europe again conversation. Wish we could have it in NA. Right now we don't. So, Vitality wins it all. Let me know what you guys think. And sorry, like, this 4-2. So, again, I don't follow Europe as closely. This 4-2 could be a 4-1 or a 4-3. Outside of that, everything's perfect. So don't worry about that. We'll look at points rankings here real quick as we wrap up. But let me know who you guys think is going to win and how it's all going to play out. As of right now, here's what it would look like if my bracket was correct. In that top 4 race, BDS would have a 1-point edge on Oxygen based on how I had them fallen out. And Magnifico Team 3 endpoint and Redemption kind of all in that mix. It's going to be a little bit hard. I think Magnifico and Team 3 being a 3-point gap behind the 4th place spot is where you want to be. Because generally then you just have to get a top 4 and they can get a top 8 and you can catch them. That is what you want coming out of this tournament, is to at least be within 3 of 4th place. So for Magnifico and Team 3, that they would be in a great spot. Like Oxygen would be in a fantastic spot. And yeah, everyone else, it would be pretty tough. So that's where I have it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know who you think's going to win. Who's your surprise top 8? Who do you think's going to bomb out? Because it's probably going to happen. But yeah, that'll do it for me. We'll see you after the weekend. We'll do some more stuff on European recaps. We'll probably do some VOD review in NA, just depending on the time and all of that. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.